Okay, so where's that? That's Daddy and Mom, and the boyfriend.
I'm Dan.
You didn't want to be referenced, but you are now. Okay, according to Prevention for Gun Violence, more than 30,000 people were killed in 2010. That's more than 85 people per day were killed by firearms. So it's not a surprise that many people are going out and buying guns to protect themselves, including me. I have my concealed handgun license, and I carry my gun with me. And Dan, since he's announced himself, is a licensed firearm instructor and a certified Glock armor. And for this reason, we go to the shooting range sometimes to practice our skills. And while we're at the range, before we start actually picking up the gun and doing any kind of shooting, we have to make sure that our bodies are protected for safety reasons. So the first thing we're going to talk about is protection of the head. First thing you're going to do is have earmuffs to protect hearing loss, to prevent hearing loss from the guns that are going off. And I like these ones because these ones soften the sound of the guns going off, but then I'm still able to hear conversations that we're having, or if the instructor's giving a class, you can still hear the instructor giving, but it still lessens the sound of the gun range. So you just put them on like that. But I'm not going to wear them from the speech because I look funny. So after you've protected your ears, you want to make sure that you get eye protection. So you're going to have eyeglasses on. Typically when you're shooting, the shell casings of the gun will shoot backwards, and so you want to make sure that your eyes are protected so nothing gets into it. You also may be shooting some older guns. They're actually using black powder, and you don't want to get the smoke and stuff into your eyes to prevent any kind of damage. And then according to Edward Rutledge, you also want to have a baseball hat with a rim. There has been cases where someone has been shooting a gun and a hot brass would shoot back and then get stuck between the glasses and the face, causing permanent damage to the face area. But if you happen to have a hat on with a visor, if that shell casing does bounce back, it will bounce to the floor rather than bouncing into your glasses and causing any kind of damage. So those are the first steps of protecting your head when you're at the gun range. Now we're going to talk about your chest and your arms. You want to make sure you're wearing a long-sleeved fitted shirt. You don't want something too loose where there's a lot of extra material to get caught on something, and you don't want something too tight that you can't maneuver in. You are shooting a gun, so you want to be able to control your body. You want to make sure you have long sleeves so that when brass shells are flying at you, you don't burn. You also want to make sure that the shirt that you're wearing has a high collar, not like the one that I'm wearing. Wore one of these shirts once to the gun range, shooting, have a good time. Brass came back, hit my chest, down my shirt. I got 2 nasty blisters and 2 ugly scars now. So long sleeve shirt with a high collar. Yes, he's laughing at me. Then you want to make sure that your legs are protected as well. You know what you're going to be shooting when you go to the gun range. You know what kind of ammunition you're going to be shooting. But you don't know who else is going to be there or what they're going to be shooting. So you want to make sure that your legs are also protected. They may be laying on their stomach shooting their things, or they may be teaching their young 5 or 6 or 7-year-old child shooting. And that brass will also fly backwards, but because it's being shot at a lower area, it's going to hit your legs. So you want to make sure you have long legs, long pants on to protect your legs. And also you want to make sure those are also form-fitting. You don't want something too loose that's going to grab onto anything or cause any kind of issues. As far as footwear goes, you want to make sure you're not wearing anything open-toed or anything like flip-flops. Even though the brass hits the ground, it's still hot. You don't want to be walking around burning your feet. Using safety precautions at this gun range is an everyday step that you need to make sure that you follow before you even pick up your gun. Otherwise, there's a good possibility that you can get some small injuries like a few burns or scars, or some major damage if you get your eyes get hit by something, or permanent hearing damage if you don't protect your ears while you're at the range. And that's what I got. Thank you very much.